Hey, greetings, Pisces. This is Tarot Lumination. That's you. And this is a little playlist, calling it Through the Gateway, What Now? And the reason I'm doing it is because I feel this is such an important month, especially March the 6th onwards. I see it literally as a gateway, a significant calendar moment in the whole year. It's specific to do with Uranus and Taurus, which for you is over here, and the Pisces new moon with the Mercury retrograde stellium over here. So it's very important for all Pisceans. This is new starts, new beginnings, the new you. This is almost like a birthday type of report in some ways. Okay, so with the Uranus thing over here, new starts, new beginnings, new evolutionary pathways opening up for you so you can evolve, grow, adapt, and blossom in ways that were never possible before going through the gateway. The energy of the universe wants you to move through the gateway so that you can evolve, grow, adapt, and blossom. Any resistance to that, well, you're just hurting yourself. You are impeding your own evolution. Why? So as disruptive and weird and surprising and exciting as uncomfortable and amazing as it might be, it can also be disruptive because your understandings of the world, how information about the world comes to you, and how you convey information to the world is going to change forever. Pre-existing paradigms are going to get blown up and new ones are going to replace, okay? And you may even feel it happening in your physical body as you see the new you morphing. So what I'd like to do in order to help with this story is invite you to imagine you're on a cruise ship and you just won a lucky prize with Tarot Lumination to go on the Tarot Lumination Love Boat cruise ship thing, and we've just arrived at a new port, a new destination. None of us have been here before. Tarot Lumination has a brochure to hand out to you, and then the points okay, you can leave the ship here, and over there is the new experience. You walk through that gateway. Here is the brochure. It'll give you some tips, but it's ultimately your experience. And everyone else is going through the same gateway, but your experience is totally your own. Okay, that's what happens when you kind of go on these tours with groups of people, friends and family in clusters. You go to the same event, the same exhibition, the same museum, the same gallery, whatever it is, the same installation, but your experience is completely yours, and theirs is theirs, and so on. So that's how I'm trying to ask you to picture all this. Now, we're going to read in a moment. I just wanted to show you this. Tarot Illumination is here right now, okay? Can you figure out where this is? On a map, this is normally oriented this way. Los Angeles is over here, okay? You can't see it. It's like over 7,000 miles away. Anyway, just thought I'd like to throw that out there for you. Cards are well shuffled in advance. Please keep an open mind for this reading, Pisces. Anything and everything can happen. We're just trying to help, okay? Just trying to help. Cards well shuffled in advance. No jumpers, no flyers, no oracles, no reversals. That's it. Trying to keep it simple. We have one oracle here, excuse me. And you'll see that in a moment. When I do this, I feel it like a little tiny movie. And my job is to narrate the story to you, okay? Cards are ready to go. Let's cut it up. Bless every card in the deck. Bless you, Pisces, for being here. Thank you for choosing Tarot Illumination. Please check out the links below. The best thing you can say to say thank you is to become a member. Okay? Check the links below. All right, here we go. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge, and here's how we're going to handle it. Okay? And what's the weather like for you, Pisces, as we deal with this gateway experience? What now as you move through the gateway? Keep an open mind, keep an open heart. Don't be scared. Look, you got the sun. There's your reading. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Just kidding. Anyway, my feeling is to keep this very, very simple. I'm hoping that you see this gateway experience as something where it's good for you. It's joy, it's energy, it's light. It's all the light of the stellium, sun, moon, Mercury, Neptune, all pouring down on you in a beautiful way that is designed for you to become more you than ever before. The first house, all of that energy happening in your first house of self, of selfhood, the newborn you, the brand new you. And it's such benevolent energy for pretty much every aspect of your life you can think of, all aspects. If you want to break it up into the houses, anything and everything here is possible to become better for you now because of this energy here, okay? So that's good to know. In other words, it's like good weather for you, Pisces, a great opportunity. Like some of the reports I've been giving were very hard for me to read, but this looks, at least you got prevailing conditions that are wholesome for you. See all this stuff here? This is weather. Hopefully we see this as good weather, okay? This is good weather for you, Pisces. What's the situation? Rejoicing. Wow, this is almost like, you know, that cruise ship analogy I was talking about. Just imagine I'm Terra Lumination. I'm with you right there, and we're hanging out with all the other Terra Lumination Love Tribe members, and I just put my hand out towards you, just a gentle tap, hand on the shoulder, saying, hello, Pisces. Oh, it's you're a Pisces. Oh, okay. Well, here's your gateway moment, just like everyone else. And you can already tell just from the brochure and just from the vibe of the place and the excitement and the feeling like this is already good for you. It's just like, so some people might be terrified to go through the gateway. Some people would be disoriented. Some people resistant. Some people very skeptical, whatever it is, whatever adjective you can think of. But for you, it's just like, oh, wow, this is so cool. Wow, so cool. Thanks, Terra Lumination. I'm glad I won the prize on the cruise ship. What now? What now? What now? And then Terra Lumination says, well, you could have a look at the brochure, which is kind of like watching this reading, or you can just walk through the gateways and see what happens. And then to Pisces, you kind of go, okay, wow, cool, thanks. And then you just go for it because something in your intuition tells you that this is all working for you. The gateway, the Pisces new moon, Uranus into Taurus, it's really good for you. It's to the point where you want to go up to your other buddies and say, hey, are you kind of like me? Like, are you getting good vibes off this thing? And then maybe some not, and you're like, well, don't worry about it. It's going to be awesome. I'm Pisces, and I can tell you it's going to be awesome in some way, shape, or form. Do you want to get a coffee afterwards? Or should we stop over at the beverages counter and get something before we actually go through the gateway? Because I'm totally up for it. Anybody want some cookies, cafe, soft drinks, water, whatever your delights? Because it's Pisces, like it looks like you're determined to enjoy this and to make the most of it and see it as something that you can share. Like, oh my gosh, the whole new me is to be celebrated. However that defines. I mean, the thing about Piscean energy, you can almost be anything and everyone. You know, that's the thing. It's so nebulous and also at the same time very hard to pin down. So to me, this looks very benevolent, very good for you, and that has an instantaneous ripple effect on others. In other words, your own happiness infects others in a nice way. Happiness is infectious. So you might be having a very glowing, loving influence, like a lighthouse, like being kind of a lighthouse for others as we all go through the gateway. While some people are struggling and scared, you're actually almost in a state of bliss and potential excitement here, and fun, seeing opportunities for you to blossom and grow. And when you give yourself permission to do that, and other people witness you, like, wow, look at Pisces, what's happening to them? And then Pisces, you just kind of go, I'm just being me. And then everyone else goes like, wow, I wish I could do that. And then Pisces says, well, just do it. And then everyone kind of goes, oh, okay. And then that's something to celebrate. You know, like what happens when you go to a party or something, or an event like this, going through the gateway, and you do something bold, you become your most bold self than ever before. And other people say, wow, if Pisces can do it, then maybe I can do that too. Woohoo! Yeah, I'm going to take my hoodie off. I'm going to go barefoot. Who knows? Ooh, is it allowed or not? I don't care. I'm going to do it. All right. So here's the situation. Here's the challenges. Okay. Okay. So my feeling is like, it's like when you're tapped out or maxed out, where do you go from there? That is almost and this is going to sound very weird because it's such a beautiful card in its own right, but it's almost a monumental challenge, because where do you go from here? Like if you are reaching, and you're evolving, growing, adapting, and blossoming to the point where you're like center stage of your own life, all the lights are on you, and you're in your moment of ultimate happiness, and you feel it as a moment. The thing is, how can that be maintained as a continuous thing? You know, a lot of people, when they watch these reports and things, they want to ascend, they want to grow, they want to evolve, they want to adapt, and they're hoping that Tarot Illumination will just give them a recipe or a pill, or you just say this, you say that, or you come to a healing event, or you buy a reading, and it just happens. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to do a lot of work on yourself, but somehow or other, Pisces, you're doing it, and you get to this point of, let's just use a cliche, ascendance, where you're really, really glowing, really, really glowing, then the deep fear of all this happiness, all the love that you share, all the love that you radiate and permeate throughout the planet and your life and your world, and that you absorb from your planet's work and your planet, your environment, your people, your family, your tribe. When you're at the maximum, where do you go from there? It would be the sheer terror of like, oh my God, what happens when the party's over? Oh my God, and everyone's going to go home, and I'm going to be left alone, and I'm never going to have the love that I've just experienced. Like when you have a peak moment in life, when you reach a crescendo, when you reach a plateau in life, and it's just amazing, and it's amazing, and it's amazing, and then you get there and you think, oh my God, I forgot I'm a human being, and the chances are this is going to end at some point. That could be terrifying, because nobody wants to be miserable if they don't have to be. So what do we do about this? How do we handle this? The fear of loss of great love, the fear of loss of happiness, the fear of what do I do now? Where do I go now? If you're at a point of maximum ascendancy, maximum love, maximum radiance of being loving and being loved in a very pure Piscean manner, where do you go from there? How do you evolve, grow, and adapt and blossom from where you're already grown, evolved, adapt, and fully blossomed? Obviously, you're not, because the Pisces new moon and the Uranus and Taurus ingress is going to wake you up to anything and everything that is not yet fully evolved. And so please see this as a blessing. Okay. That's how we're going to deal with it. Okay, cool. It is a new journey. Okay. So it's exciting. I don't see any cards here of like endings and beginnings, towers, universes, judgments, and things like that, or death cards. To me, this feels like it's almost very pure. It's very, very simple. You're going through the gateway. You're having your experience, just like every other person, every sign is having their experience. And for you, your biggest problem is like, oh my gosh, this, like, you get to see a glimpse of yourself like, wow, I am so lucky. I am so loving. I am so loved. I've had that experience that maybe very few people have ever had on earth. I know what it's like to be loving. I know what it's like to be loved. I know what it's like to share happiness, receive happiness, and give happiness. That's so cool. But what do I do now? Where is there to go? And then Tarot Illumination happens to be hanging around with everybody else, kind of like Tarot Illumination, the wandering tour guide or whatever. And Tarot Illumination comes up to you and says, oh, Pisces, you poor thing, I can tell you're a little bit worried. Well, don't worry. It's just a start of a whole new journey. It's okay. Everything's going to be okay. Just understand that you're starting again and you're going to go to another plateau. That's evolution. You're already here, which is fantastic. Well done, Pisces. You're so lucky. But it's going to start over again. It's like almost like starting from zero, and you have so many new options in front of you. What are you going to do? What are you going to do with these amazing new awakenings that are inevitably going to happen to you as you start this new experience, this new life experience on a long-term journey that is happening and starting for you right now as you go through the gateway. Go through the gateway. What now? What now? What now? What now? Literally. What now? What now? What now? Okay? Well, all options are possible. That's one of the beauties of Pisces. It's just like anything is possible. So to me, this looks like really wild energy of use your imagination, allow your imagination to flow, allow your deep sensitivity to open you up and be opened up more than ever before for a chance to be more loving, more loved than ever before. Of course, it starts with thyself, love thyself, but it looks to me like you already know that to some extent. So the question is literally, what now? What am I supposed to do now? How am I going to do this? Well, Tarot Illumination is not a fortune teller. I'm not going to fudge this reading to accommodate you, but not accommodate any of the rest of the reports. I'm just going to leave this as it is. To me, this looks like a huge question mark of excitement, newness, and wonder, new horizons opening up before you, new vistas, new opportunities, new landscapes, everything. To me, it's a big wow. It's a big wow moment. So for this to happen, I'm going to pull another card here. It's the Power of Surrender deck. I love this deck. There's no book with it really to speak of. There's just a few keywords on each card, and then we can reinterpret however you want. All right? Let's keep it simple. Cards are already well shuffled in advance. We're just going to go to the last second so that you are a witness. Okay? Here we go. Let's make a little bit of room. So here, excuse me, is your card. You know, surrender is a very tough energy to handle. The ego does not want to surrender anything for any reason, any purpose, any time. The ego always wants what it wants, more of this, more happiness, more joy, more money, more everything. How am I going to get it? What do I need right now? How am I going to get it? That's the selfhood working for you so that you can be you. But sometimes it means letting go, surrendering something that you would never normally do. Let's have a look. Surrender your attachment to results. Now, we've actually had this in another report somewhere. I can't remember which one. I'm going to read it again. This one's just for you. The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen, then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. So it's pretty self-explanatory here. As you open up, as the new vistas open up in front of you, you see new landscapes, new opportunities, new potentials to be the new you. And it's by basically being open to radically changing and improving higher frequency communications, communications that you receive, communications that you send out. Please go ahead, cast your intentions, create your intentions, make your wishes, say your prayers, get that evolutionary energy flowing, tap into the flow, but don't put a stamp on it that says it has to turn out this way. Okay? Otherwise it says desired outcome. You're basically self-sabotaging, because the whole point of this thing is that we're getting blown open to new possibilities. So please allow those possibilities to happen. And that cannot happen if you're imposing expectations on top of stuff. Okay? So thank you very much, Pisces. I hope you get something out of it. All the best. This is not just a little tiny short-term reading. It's a very small reading, but my feeling is that it has long-term ramifications. So please allow for this. Sleep on it. Do the action replays if you need to. Watch your sun, moon, and rising if they're all different if you need to. Reinterpret. Check out the links below. Please become a member. It's the best way to say thank you. Bless you, Pisces. Bye-bye.